It's your girl, Randaa baby, and how are my loves and babes doing this beautiful morning? I know I didn't upload yesterday, but my son had been sick, and so I'm trying to kind of take care of him, and then, just kind of give myself a little me time. But I've gotten a lot of questions, so I decided to do like a get ready with me and answer some of y'all's questions. And I'm not going to be doing too much of like a full glam makeup tutorial. It's probably going to be something very simple. But before we get into this video, make sure, if you haven't already, subscribe down below, hit the bell so you can join the fam squad, and don't hit the bell just once, hit it twice, so every time I upload a video you'll be notified. And when I do shoutouts, and I have 2 new shoutouts to do today, so they join the fam squad, and I'm super excited. They showed so much love and support, and I'm glad we're getting some girls on our team. So that is a bonus. But as I always say, when you watch the video, let's hit the like button, let's smash that like button, and that also helps the video go up. But we're going to be talking a little bit about, I had questions about my cast, and just another story time about when, my mom passed away and how I grew up. So I'll be doing that while we're doing the video. So let's jump into it. So as y'all know, I already did my eyebrows, and y'all know I always do my moisturizers in the morning. I should probably wear a headband because I really get just like everything in my, like I always have to move my hair and it's really annoying. So I'm just gonna put my little headband on. So how are y'all doing today? I can't believe we're already almost in May. My son graduates from 1st grade. I'm super excited. Also, we'll be going to an alligator exhibit. And of course, I'm gonna bring my fam squad with me. Because I heard that, I think it's the alligator or crocodile. It's a crocodile exhibit. My bad. I say we don't have alligators. It's a crocodile exhibit, and I've heard that we really don't have something like that, or crocodiles aren't really from where I'm from. So for us to be able to experience something like that, I think is pretty cool. And I can, share it with you guys. And I love y'all and, joining us on things. And it's very important to me. I pretty much do makeup. And as y'all know, I vlog. I do story times. I vent. I talk to you guys. So I'm pretty much a versatile channel. And like I said, I'll be adding new content, but where I do little collabs. So you just gotta wait and see. But I'm pretty excited for that too as well. So there is going to be more inside of my life type of things happening on the channel, and we're almost at 80 subs, guys. So really, if you round it off, we're almost at 100. And hopefully, I'm still in the a month and a half, 2 month thing to where we can get 1,000 subscribers. So let's really share the videos. Let's give them thumbs up. Let's watch, show love, more love, and everything like that. It really helps the channel out, guys. And it means so much to me. Like, I get so excited when I see a new subscriber, a new comment. And like I said, thanks for John for letting everyone know that I am excellent at commenting and conversating with you guys in the comments, and that I communicate with y'all and try to be, y'all are my fam squad, and I want to be able to interact with y'all as if y'all were my family. So let's begin our little get ready, and I'll start by answering questions. So I had a lot of questions about my cast and everything, and I'll kind of show y'all the products I use while I'm going along. So my cast, I got a lot of questions about if it itches, and lately it's been itching really bad because it's coming off, and right where my scar is going to be at is really where it itches, and I don't even want to itch it because I don't know if there's still stitches in there. I mean, they're the dissolvable kind because he took the black ones out, but I don't know, I haven't been one of those people to shove things really down my cast. I'm too scared to. But it hasn't been itching, but now that it's getting to that time, because it's been 6 weeks, going on 7, I had to reschedule my appointment. My doctor has a lot of urgent surgeries he has to do, so we had to reschedule, which kind of sucked because I was really excited to get this thing off. But we did x-rays and everything seems to be going good. What else? Things that I can and can't do with my cast. Well, first, it was very difficult because I had both of my hands wrapped up, and then I had gotten the purple cast on this hand, and this one was with the hard split and wrapped as if it was in a wrapped cast. So it was really difficult, and then when I had surgery, it was even worse because it was like the pain was like 10 times worse, and it was very sensitive. So the hubs took off for about a month and a half. He helped me bathe, which was very hard. He helped me eat, which was very frustrating because you want to eat your own food when you want to eat it. So I would feel bad because he would feed me, and then he likes his food like burning hot. And I'm not the type of person that likes my food that hot, so I would tell him, just go ahead and eat your food, and, I'll, try. Because it's very difficult, especially with this in the way, to, grab. And then, this is as far as I can squeeze down. So, when I drop stuff on camera and y'all see me, it's because I'm grabbing it with this hand, and it keeps falling out. So, that was very difficult. And I hated it. So then I kind of lost a little bit of weight in my arm, and I was able to slip and slide. I couldn't take the cast off, but I was able to slip around and push my hand further up in my cast, and it didn't, because I fractured this right here. or it was right here. That's why this is, I mean, it's still sore, but I've been really trying not to wear my splint because I don't want to baby it. And then it be dependent on a splint for forever. So I'm really trying to like gain like the strength back in it, and having the splint doesn't really help at all, guys. So I finally was able to, like, if I had a burger or something, I would cut it in pieces, and like with chicken, I would cut it. I don't eat like wings, or I don't like anything with the bone in it. It's something when I was younger, like I don't eat like peanuts or nuts or anything. It's just something when I was younger, when I choked on a peanut, I thought, I freaked out and I thought it was a bone, and I just was like traumatized, and it's just something that you grow up with. And to this day, I still don't like the texture of peanuts. And I used to eat pecans when I was little. Like, my grandma had a pecan tree, and I used to crack open the pecans and eat them. But now I don't eat any of that stuff. My son loves pecans and nuts and all that stuff, and I can't do it. But so I finally was able to cut up like my chicken strips and stuff like that, and then softer foods to where I was finally able to grab the fork or spoon and I'd have to hold it like this because I had a cast on, and be able to eat or, you know, pick it up or whatever. So I was able to do that. Then showering was a bigger issue because it got to a point I got really depressed because I wanted to take a shower, but it was so frustrating because I was depressed and I didn't have the energy, and like I didn't want to, like I just didn't want to do anything, and I'd break down because I felt bad. Try not to get emotional. That I felt so helpless, and that he had to pretty much take care of me and Adrian. Thank God I haven't put on makeup yet. And I was like always having these emotional breakdowns, and it was just very hard because breaking both of your hands and not being able to use them, and having to depend on somebody to bathe you and wash your hair. So I had really gotten depressed, and that's why I didn't upload as much in the beginning when I had my cast and I started doing the, you know, the journey of me having my cast. I'm ruining my primer. And so it was just really hard, and he was like, you know, just stop crying, you don't have to cry. But I just felt bad, like, him having to do so much, and having to put my clothes on, and then after, like, a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, even though it hurt so bad, I would start trying to put my own clothes on, and this was before I had my surgery. So everything was still kind of like, and then I had this in the cast. So he'd help me in the shower, and after that, you know, I had to put on the bags, but then we ended up getting like the dishwashing gloves, and put those on and wrap it with tape to where it gave me stability to be able to kind of, you know, help him out. Then it just went to a point where I didn't do my hair. I trained my hair because I'm a cosmetologist to only wash it once a week. And it also helped because I bought a dry shampoo if I did go a couple extra days, and kind of just like spritz it up. My hair doesn't get oily. And my hair is really clean. It's finally getting healthy again. Because I had gotten it cut and everything in January before I broke my arms, because the person that gave me the perm that I trusted, because otherwise I would have done my perm myself if I could have reached the back of my head, which now I feel like if I could have done a better job than she did. But the lady had cut my hair to like right here, and she colored it, put highlights and everything in it, and it really helped out. And my hair has actually grown. I was looking at pictures, and I'll put a picture right here of what it was like a couple of months ago, and my hair's grown at least like 3 or 4 inches, I would say, because it's like down to here now. So it was from here to down to here. I'm super excited because I've always had long hair, and I'll put another picture to show you my short hair and then my long hair. But it was very difficult for me. So really those are the only things like with my cast. Now since I haven't been wearing my splint, my wrist does get sore at times because I do depend on this one a lot since this one's still in the cast. And I'm just going for a kind of like a natural pinky nude look. But what was I gonna say? So it does get sore just because I do depend on it a lot. So sometimes, like during the day when I'm not filming or anything, I'll put the splint on, or sometimes when I'm filming, y'all see me have the splint on. And I'll just wear it for like a couple of hours, and then I'll end up taking it off, and I won't wear it for like another day or two. And I know when I get this cast off, they don't put another one on, which hopefully they won't. Then I'll be able to start exercising this hand and getting it, pumped up and working it out to where I won't depend on this one so much. But I am right-handed, so of course it's a natural for me to use my right hand, but it's still hard to like push myself up on it and things like that because it's still sore, it's still healing. So I mean, it is what it is. And I'm just taking like little peachy colors and blending them in my crease. Like I said, I want something like a little pink and nudish. So what else? I think that's really about it. The questions I have with my cast. I'm still going to be doing the bidding. So if y'all want to bid on the cast, I found it a lot easier. People saying they'd rather do the comments and spam purple hearts, and make sure you put #cast and then an amount. So I started the bid off at 100. I've already had somebody put 200. So we're at 200 right now. And like I said, this cast is really special to me. I am going to get it like in a glass or plastic, so I guess so it won't break when it gets sent off. And it has all the fam squad members on here that have wanted their name signed. So if you do want it signed before it comes off and it does, get sent away, just comment that you want it, me to sign. What you want me to put on it. And also, so yeah, in the comments, if you want to bid on the cast, spam purple hearts, and then the bid's up to 200. So of course you have to put more than 200, like 250 or 300, whatever. I had somebody offer $1,200, which that was my venting session that I was telling y'all about. So if y'all still want to hear that little story time, let me know in the comments below. But I got pretty much played, and so I'm just gonna, start the bid off and do the giveaway still. So we're at 200 right now. So again, purple cast, purple cast. For the cast, we'll do pink hearts since it's pink. So spam pink hearts and hashtag cast and then your amount. And it has to be, a little bit above 200 because that's the bid already. And then also I have donations that goes towards the fam squad. And then also I opened another donation that helps with my payments for my therapy and for my doctors and everything like that. So the fam squad can join in that. But the one that I've been posting on here, the donation one, is just for the channel. It's for better giveaways and things like that. So if y'all want to donate, there's no set price. You can do $1 to however much you want to donate, and it's strictly just for the channel, guys. So let me finish this up, and then I will get into my little story time about my mom. And it's a little touchy, but y'all are my fam, and a lot of y'all weren't, y'all wanted to hear it, and I feel like, a lot of people can relate to this story, and I know a lot of people are probably scared to be like, yeah, I want to hear the story of how your mom passed away, but I want to share it only because I feel like, there might be somebody out there that has went through what I've went through, not exactly to that extent, but has lost a parent at a very young age and didn't know what to do, doesn't know how to deal with it. And I feel like, sharing my story can help, them move forward in life. And so that's why, I really wanted to share the story. So now I'm going to take Summer Yum and kind of just blend it into my crease. And I'm using the peach palette, guys. I'm going to drag it down as well into the outer corner. And I'm just doing a very pink neutral. So, I'm going to finish up this little makeup on my eyes so that it's not too long. And then I'll be back with the rest of my face and do the little story time with y'all. So, I'll be right back. Okay, squad, I'm back. I finished my eyes. I did like a nude, smoky kind of look. So I'm just going to go ahead and we'll start the rest of my face. If y'all have any other questions or want to know anything else, also leave comments down below and I will answer them and have a Q&A on another vlog if y'all like, me answering y'all's questions about anything, my cast, or if y'all want to see like a day of my life, like from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep, we can do something like that. Any story times like the one I'm about to do now, but just anything in general, let me know and just leave in the comments. And if you haven't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe. Give this video a big thumbs up already if you haven't, and put your notifications on twice. Hit it twice so you get the notifications every time I upload, and when I respond to your messages, and also when I do shout outs. You'll know if I do shout outs, and for future giveaways, which hopefully we'll have a future giveaway coming up pretty soon, but I can't tell what it is yet, so it's a secret. But ooh, excuse me. But again, we're still doing the cast giveaway, so spam the pink hearts and then hashtag cast, and then the amount is already at 200, so you'd have to put an amount like as if we're doing a bid or an auction kind of thing, kind of like eBay. But and if you also want your name signed, then let me know and I will sign it for you guys. What is going on with my hair? So let's get into the story time. I'm using my Milani 2-in-1. So this is about when my mom passed away. I was 15. No, I had just turned 15, and I just started high school. I was a freshman in high school. And I'm a very now I'm kind of like a heavier sleeper, but like I don't really wake up to noise. I wake up to light. So I was 15, and I just turned 15, and again, like I said, I was a freshman in high school. I just started school, and it was about, usually my mom, it was just me and my mom. She was like my best friend. My dad was really abusive towards me and her. So when she finally got out of that relationship, we finally were able to have things and, bond, more. And, even though she did work a lot, she did do a lot for me. Now I don't want to get emotional on this, so I'm going to try not to. But, so, I was usually in the mornings, like my mom would get up at around 4:30, 5 o'clock, just drink her coffee, smoke a cigarette, watch the news, and usually when I wake up, if I woke up, I would go in there and lay in the bed with her if she was laying down, or I would go into the living room with her. And you know what? I'm about to use my brush because it gives such a flawless finish. Where's my stuff at? Just in case. So usually I would go in there with her, watch, lay down with her, or lay in the living room and watch TV, watch the news, whatever she was doing. Just, spend a little bit of time with my mom in the mornings before she went to work, and then I would start getting ready for school. And this morning, it was the week of Easter, the week of Easter. So, like, Easter weekend was that weekend coming up. She passed away on a Tuesday. So, what happened was I woke up and I heard her in the living room. I heard, like, the TV and everything on. And I was like, oh, should I go in there? Should I, get up or just kind of sleep? Cause like usually I'm not joking, you guys. Like I would go in there and just lay in there, and sometimes I would fall asleep in the living room with and then she'd wake me up and tell me to get ready for school. But for some odd reason, this morning when I had woke up, I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and lay back down. She'll wake me up, and we'll spend time together while I'm getting ready. And I'd always, wait with her outside, because my mom she wasn't legally blind, but she had, I forgot what it was called, but it's where it's like a tunnel vision kind of, and you can't see out of your peripheral. So, I mean, she could read, like at work, she had a great job. She worked at the hospital. I believe it was like the payroll. She was an accountant. And so she made, good money. She took care of me. I mean, she was an amazing mom. And every holiday, she always, like, went out, her way for it. Like, my Easter egg hunts were outside, of course, but inside she would do her own little thing where she'd write a note, and it was like a clue, and then I had to go find the other egg in the house, and there's another clue, and then it'd be like the first, like, little Xboxes that would come out, or like the GameCubes, or the Nintendos. So she always went out her way for every holiday, and that's why when I do holidays with my son, I, want to kind of keep that tradition going. But I know I'm getting off topic, but, she was an amazing woman. And prior to this, she did go to the emergency room, because she's had a heart attack before, when I was 7. My grandfather had passed away 2 days after my 7th birthday, and that same day my mom ended up having a heart attack, and I was in the car, and I didn't know, like, what was going on. So they rushed her to the emergency room, and they had got it, and luckily, everything was okay. But, so in January, February. In March, she went to the emergency room because she felt like she was having a heart attack, and they gave her a stress test and everything like this, and gave her all these, like, examinations, and she passed every single one of them. And so I was like, okay, that's amazing. Like, my mom's good. I mean, when I went to go see her, she looked really, kind of ill, probably from all the medications and everything. Her lips were purple, and it was kind of, a little traumatizing, but she was okay. So exactly a month from that day in April, like I said, I woke up and I was deciding, whether I wanted to go in the living room with her or not. And I ended up pretty much going back to sleep. I was like, oh, I always get up. I'm just going to lay down, for a little bit longer. And so I did. Well, I know it was around 5:30 or so, and I woke up because how my room was, and like say this is the front of the house, my room stuck out. So I had a window that you could see inside the living room, and then outside on the porch, the driveway, they had a window that you could see the road, and they had a window where I could see my neighbor's side of the house. And so I woke up and I seen these lights flashing in my room, and I thought, okay, what's going on? So I opened the window, and at this time, my cousin, she's 4 years older than me, so I was 15, 16, 17, 18, she's about 19. She was pregnant, and she had previous miscarriages before. She had gotten pregnant like 2 times before this baby, and I thought she was pregnant. I thought she was at my house and she had a miscarriage, and she just ended up coming to my house at that time and had a miscarriage. I don't know. And then I finally was trying to look in the living room to see what was going on, and I couldn't really see anything. I seen our couch pushed back, and I seen feet. And then I seen our coffee table knocked over and our lamp knocked over. And then I seen the EMS people, and I'm like, okay, at this time, I'm like on my knees on my bed, like looking out the window, and then I'm really trying to see whose car, because my dad, he's actually like my stepdad. He had a Mustang the same time my cousin had a Mustang, and hers was like a dark green, his was a black, and at night I couldn't tell the color, and I was just freaking out of what was going on. And so I ended up figuring it out that it was my stepdad's car. Now, I call him my stepdad because I don't want to get this all confused. Him and my mom never had gotten married. So they didn't live together, but he was that man that took the role as a father, and he is my mom's best friend, pretty much. So I don't want y'all to think like, oh, why didn't he take care of you after your mom passed away? Why didn't he live with y'all and all this and that? You know, he was my mom's best friend, and anytime you see my mom, you seen him. Anytime you seen him, you seen her, and me, of course. So growing up, I always seen him as a dad. Even when my sperm donor lived with us, I had gotten my ass whooped for calling my stepdad that I called him dad, and he said, "What did you just call him?" And I was young. I was like 5, 6, and I was like, and it's, you see a man that raises you and you have so much love for, and that man, loves your mom to death, but, it just never really got to the point of them getting married, because, I don't know, she was just stubborn. And, well, anyway, so I'm looking over, and I realized that it was my mom that was laying on the floor. Then I see my stepdad standing up and walking out the door, and I'm like, oh my God, like, what's going on? At this point, Alex was in San Antonio because we were young. We've been together for 15 years. He was with his dad, and, well, at first I called my aunt, and I called her, and I said, hey, I think my mom's dead. Like, that's all I said. I was like, I think my mom's dead. And she said, what? And I was like, I think she's dead. And she was like, I'm on my way, and hung up on me. And then I'm like on my knees on the bed, crying and screaming in my pillow so nobody could know that I was awake, because they, I guess, didn't want, me to see what happened. And I feel like the reason I didn't wake up was because she had already passed, and she probably was watching over me and didn't want me to wake up to see her on the floor like that. So, don't run up your makeup, Miranda. I feel, honestly, that was the reason why I didn't wake up, was because she was already gone. Sorry guys. And that's why I went back to sleep. So after I see my stepdad walk out, and I call my aunt, then I call Alex's dad's phone, because Alex's cell phone was off at the time. And I told him, I was like, I'm sorry for calling you so early. I was like, can you please wake up Alex? I was like, I think my mom just passed away. Or I think my mom is, dead or what. I don't remember what I told his dad. And he was like, oh my God. He was like, okay, hold on. So he went to go get Alex. Alex gets on the phone. And I just, at this point, am crying to him. And I told him, I think mom died. Like, I think mom's dead. And all of a sudden, I just hear him drop the phone and start screaming and crying. Because him and my mom, for the first 2 years, because me and him, we had gotten together when we were 13. So, no, we were 14. So, they knew each other for about 2 years. So, I mean, he loved her to death. I mean, she was like a mom to him, and he was like a son to her that she never had, and they just had a really good connection. Sometimes he would call, and if I wasn't there, they would have a conversation, or if he called, she would run to the phone to answer it before I would, and I'd be like, Mom, really? But, I mean, she just loved him like crazy. And so after that, Alex says, he's gonna try and come down here. Alex was down here in like 2 hours. He had gotten on a plane, and bam, he was here from San Antonio to Texas City. His mom got him a plane. And actually he was here within like 30 minutes to an hour. I'm not even joking to you guys. That's how quick he came. So I see my mom. They covered her up, and I didn't really want to look. And cause I started seeing them taking her out on the stretcher out onto the porch, and I'm on my knees on my bed after I called everybody, which was my aunt and Alex. And I prayed to God, and I begged him to please don't take her away from me. Like, please don't let this happen. And when you're young and something like this happens to you and you lose a parent, you don't know how to feel. You don't know what's going on. You're so confused. And I feel like this was, I wanted to talk about this because there are kids out there that lose parents, and they go down a path that I did go down. But I was able to change it around. And I cried and I was begging God and screaming in my pillow and to where nobody could know that I was awake because I didn't want nobody to know that I had woken up. And so my aunt gets there and she ends up coming in the room and she just grabs me. And it sucks that me and her aren't close anymore because after my mom passed away, the whole family changed. Like, my aunt had fell into a marriage where she got rich, got all this money, and she's just not the same. She don't even talk to me no more. She has nothing to, like, none of my family has anything to do with me or my son. And it sucked because I had to go and stay with my mom's brother, which I never knew. I met him a couple of times. He came a couple of times at like Christmas every other year, I think. And I didn't really know him like that. Like, I didn't know who he was. So she forgot, my mom not knowing that she was going, to pass away or anything. She was unable to change the beneficiary. So instead of going with Russell, my stepdad, her best friend, but I call him my stepdad because he's literally raised me since in my mom's stomach. Like, they had been best friends before she got married to, my real dad. But so my aunt ends up going in there and grabbing me, and I just start crying, and I'm just asking her to tell me that it's not true. Then she's telling me she's gonna be okay, everything's gonna be okay. Well, we end up going to the hospital, and like I said, I had been on my knees screaming in my pillow, praying to God and telling him not to take her away from me. And we get to the hospital, and the first thing, the doctor comes in and he said that pretty much at this hospital, thank God they changed it and got new, remodeled it, and it's under new management thing because they sucked. This doctor literally came in and said, "I'm sorry, she's dead." And my aunt and stepdad instantly start crying. She had called my stepdad first and asked him if he could bring her like a 7-Up and some, what is it called? The Bayer aspirin, because she felt like she was having chest pains. And he said by the time he got there, she was already on the floor, and he tried giving her CPR. And to this day, he still blames himself, and, I tell him it's not his fault, because even the EMS tried, and okay, sorry guys. So the doctor just, blatantly comes in, and, I had told my stepdad it wasn't his fault. And at this point, I was numb. I didn't know how to feel. I wasn't crying. I was more angry, confused, like just distraught. Like I didn't know how to feel. And my mom had always put on her jewelry last before she went to work. She'd put on, her regular little jewelry and things like that. And so when the doctor had came in, they asked if we wanted to go back there and say our goodbyes. And me now looking back at it, I need my fan. I regret it because I said no. At this point, the whole family is there. All my mom's aunts, my grandmother, everybody just shows up at the hospital to say goodbye. And I'm the only one that didn't. I walked outside. And like I said, I wasn't crying. I didn't know how to feel. Suck these tears up, Miranda. And what I was getting at with the jewelry was they came outside and told me that they had her jewelry that she had on that they wanted to give to me. And I'm sitting here and I grabbed the bag and I'm thinking, my mom hadn't even gotten ready for work yet. She puts her jewelry on last. She does her she smokes a cigarette, watches the news, drinks her coffee, takes a shower, does her makeup, gets dressed, and then she's putting her jewelry on as we're going outside to wait for her ride for work. And they bring me a bag of jewelry. And I even asked my aunt, I was like, did she have makeup on? And she said no. And I opened the bag. And I have a feeling I knew that she knew, damn it, that she was going to pass away. Because the jewelry that was in the bag was the jewelry that she didn't usually wear a lot. I mean, she wore it, but it was only, she wore the jewelry, but, they were gifts that I had given her throughout, Mother's Day, her birthday. And the necklace said, I love you. And a ring that said, Mom. And her James Avery bracelet that had my name, my birthday, some of her charms on it, and like my charms of when I was dancing and when I was a baby and things like that. And I was like, she never really wore this jewelry. And even if she did, she never put her jewelry on until she left. And for those to be the only pieces of jewelry that they got off of her, I felt like she knew. And that was her way of telling me. Before she passed. because we did get into an argument that night. And I think that's something that I always kind of hold on to, that I haven't let go yet. Because I told her that I hated her. We got into like a stupid argument, and I was like, I hate you. You're always in my business, you know, being a teenager. And she shut my door and she started crying and went to her room. And I feel like, you know, maybe I was the reason that I stressed her out and made her have a heart attack. But they said that it was a clogged artery that had been there, and it had fell into her heart valve and stopped one of the valves from pumping. And it happened in the middle of the night, and they said it takes about an hour or two until you go completely, you know, brain dead and everything, and you have the heart attack. And so I felt like she knew, and that's why she left those little pieces of jewelry just to let me know that she loved me. And, you know, Mom. And so if you ever go through anything like this, let me tell y'all, I hated God. I hated the fact that I begged him, and he didn't listen to me, and he took her away. But I can tell you that I've actually, whenever I had my son, I had grown a connection with God again, because I asked him something very specific, and he answered it. And that's how I gained, you know, my faith back, because I lost faith. I stopped going to school. I stopped caring. I quit dance because I felt like I only danced. I love dance. Like, I've been dancing since I was 2. But why dance anymore if my biggest supporter was never there? I danced for her. And that's how I felt. You know, I hated God. I was so mad at him. So if you know, ever lose a parent, know that everything does happen for a reason. And it's not your fault. And trust me, I still deal with things. As you can tell, I still cry. And I've had a lady, she was a medium that I had met in Los Angeles, and she actually came up to me and she told me that it's not my fault to not blame myself, and that she's always with me. And I said, excuse me? And I'm so sorry, guys. I'm like becoming an emotional wreck. I was not supposed to cry. But honestly, throughout my years, I held a lot of this in. And I still hold a lot in. And, you know, I still have issues with that to work through. And, you know, that's why I said everybody's different. They all, you know, react to certain things differently. Even at the funeral, I didn't cry. And I was just numb. And I had stayed numb. But I had regained my faith. And I have a little boy. Well, of course, y'all know Adrian. And I can definitely tell y'all that she was in the room with me when I was giving birth. Because when I was about to push, I thought the doctor, I already had my legs in the stirrups, I thought the doctor dropped everything off of his thing, and I was like, why did you drop anything? And they said, no, the clock just flew off the wall. And I said, what? And they said, and they weren't saying it, like, everybody was speechless. They said the clock flew off the wall. The clocks are bolted in the hospital. And it came off the wall. And then whenever my son had came out and they put him on that little table and they cleaned him off or whatever, when Alex had went over there to go, pick him up, he noticed that there was a blanket that was next to him, covered him. And we all knew that my mom was in the room with us. And that was like such a surreal moment. Like the clock flying off the wall and just everything like that. But, I just wanted y'all to kind of know my story. And if anybody has ever been through anything like this, it's okay to cry. It's okay to vent to somebody. It's okay to just sit there and let it all out. But know that it's not your fault. And that everything does happen for a reason. And that God will bless you in the most beautiful ways. I mean, He blessed me with a beautiful husband, a beautiful son, and I couldn't ask for more of a best friend that he is to me. And he's literally been by my side ever since we've been together. And I've been by his. And so, I had quit dancing and quit doing things I loved because I was so mad at God at that time and losing my mom. And I almost didn't graduate. But then I was like, you know what? The least I can do is graduate for her. So I took extra curricular classes after school. It was called a REACH program. And I was able to graduate. And, after that, it did take me a while to go back to college, to do cosmetology and things like that. And I still want to go back to school to do ultrasound tech and, but I wanted to share this with y'all in case anyone does go through something like this. You don't have to go down a path of destruction or a path of misguidance. Because at the end of the day, you're only going to hurt yourself and the people around you that you love. And that's what I did. And I know the one thing is that whoever's passed away in your life that you were close to wouldn't want you to be sad like that, or to see you the way I am right now, or to see you go down the wrong path. They would want you to succeed. So if any of y'all have questions, or y'all want to reach out, or y'all want to talk, and that's why I shared the story, but because I know people go through things like this, and I didn't have anybody to talk to, and I want other people to be able to reach out and say, hey, can I talk to you about this? That's another reason why I started this channel, was because I wanted, my fam squad, my subscribers to be a part of my life and my family, and, show y'all, real, like, who we really are, and real everyday situations that everybody has to go through and struggle through. I don't know why my lighting keeps messing up to like orange and white and everything, but that's why I had started this channel, was to reach out to people, connect with people, but also have fun and experience and show my experiences and tell my experiences, and anyone going through it to be able to reach out to me and share theirs with me, and if they had questions, ask me, and I wouldn't mind communicating back with y'all. Like I said, and when y'all comment me, first thing I do every morning is I check my channel and my comments, and I'll always comment back to y'all. And like I said, I just can't wait for the future and what it holds, and I hope that through this journey that we take, me as a person, I can share more with y'all, I can touch more people's, and their hearts, and share experiences, but just never give up. And that's what I did. I gave up. But when I had my son, and I still have struggles now, that I fight with, but that could be another day. But you just never give up. You always want to keep striving to reach your goal. Never say you can't do something, because no matter what, at the end of the day, you can. And that's why I keep telling y'all, 2 months, I'm going to have 1,000 subscribers, because I know I can do it. I know I can. So if any of y'all have questions, or y'all want to reach out, I would love to hear what y'all have to say. I would love to connect with somebody that, if y'all been through something like this and y'all want somebody to talk to, that's what I'm here for. And I just hope, some people can learn and listen and take advice and run with it. And I can't say it enough. I love reading y'all's comments. I love every time I get a new subscriber. I love seeing such great feedback, and it just makes me so excited, and I love it. Like I tell my husband all the time, I get so excited whenever I get a new subscriber, a new comment, or my views, and people liking my content. It makes me so happy, and that's why I just can't wait for what, lies ahead of us. So, just keep watching, and make sure, if you like this video, just give it a thumbs up. And also, there will be a bonus video today, later on. But I'm not going to tell you who's a special little guest. But I do love you guys, and y'all's support, and y'all's love, and everything that y'all do, and show so much support to this channel. And I can't thank y'all enough. So, until later, guys, I will see y'all, and I hope y'all did like my little story time and my little Q&A in the beginning. And I don't think I did a bad job, and I fixed my makeup a little bit. So I will see y'all later.